All right, Coach, obviously a record crowd today at the venue of 1787, tight match against Texas. Give me your overall thoughts on the match.
I think we brought it, and I was so happy for this team. You know, everybody goes through bumps and bruises during October and November. This was actually the first week, the entire season, including preseason, that we had all 15 players available. What a difference that makes. We had a great week of practice, a lot of competition, and they brought it. What happened today, I expected us to be able to do, and it was great to see us execute and really get them on the ropes a lot. I mean, we had our errors that we can, cut down and control a little bit better, but we brought it. We made them earn it. We made Texas earn it.
Do you think that the extra days between this match and the last match against BYU did you some good for that regard?
Oh, for sure. Anytime, you can have consecutive days where there's not plane travel involved, for us that the long time spent in some of the airports going to some of these towns has been definitely challenging on our bodies as much as just our time. So being able to be home 2 consecutive weekends, have one match to prepare for, one team to prepare for, it definitely makes a difference.
What are you hoping your young players take from this match? I mean, you're playing the defending national champions, probably a future Olympian or two. Or two, right? But speak to that learning curve for this young group, and what do you want them to take for this match that'll benefit them the rest of their career?
What it takes to be at this level. I think the preparation was there. The team had watched the film. My staff has done a tremendous job of preparing our team every single time, but what it actually takes to sequence together plays, to be able to execute a game plan, everything looks perfect on paper, but to be able to execute what that takes mentally as well as physically, what that grind looks like, and the level that you have to be at in order to do it day in and day out.
Your team was able to really hang around over the course of this match, kept keeping it close for a majority match. How much does it mean to you to be able to do that against a defending national champion against a team like Texas, and what do you think that proves?
Well, yeah, it definitely proves that we're capable. I mean, that was probably one of our best matches. And, a lot of people go back, gosh, if you played like that against so-and-so and so-and-so, going back to we had our full team finally for the entire season just this week. So and it's not like we have a bench of 20. So the level that we could compete at day in and day out, and just where we are, we've been on the rise and kind of working through a lot of things to get to this time. But I think it proves that we are very capable. We're playing our best volleyball right now, and I think we have to take that onto the road against 2 very good teams, knowing full and well that we still have an opportunity to be in that postseason.
What have you learned? I mean, you're facing this competition here from Baylor to Houston to TCU. I mean, this is the life in the Big 12. As a staff, what have you taken from this experience, not just for the remainder of this year, but moving forward next year that maybe you didn't know going into Big 12?
I think the hard part is that we knew it. We saw where the schedule came out. We saw who the, perennial tournament teams are, and that they were all in the back half. But we also knew that even in the front half, it contained a lot of very experienced coaches and some very veteran teams. So we knew that there were going to be no easy days, even though the back half was probably going to be the most grueling. And so for us, I don't know that we were surprised, but no matter how much mentally you can understand that, going through that is another step. I love it. I think our team loves it. I think we've embraced the level of competition and the level of preparation. So I think that gives our young players, as you were asking Bryson, about what it's going to take in the off season, to really get those reps in, as well as just the understanding of the game. There's in order to execute, you can see that even they had some shots, even they utilized the block. Those are players that many of whom will go on to play professionally, and expecting there's no, easy, there's nothing easy about this. And so I think that there was just so much to learn and take away from that match in what it takes.
You had a trio of seniors honored for tonight's senior night. All three of them really contributed heavily into the stats in this matchup. Just what can you say about this trio and what they've done for you over the course of this season and past seasons, in the case of Claudia and Abby?
Well, what I love is that Claudia's been here 3 years now. Abby's been here 2, and Lauren's been here just basically a semester and a half with the summer, and you wouldn't know it. The amount that they give of themselves on and off the court, how they rallied this group, especially Claudia and Abby, when the coaching change got announced in April, they were the first ones to go, all right, everybody pause, everybody breathe, nobody panic. They just were consummate captains from the get-go. And so I'm so thankful for all 3 of them, Lauren included. I mean, she fit in immediately. And so I'm so thankful for that, because with how much uncertainty that brings and a new staff and whatnot, the reason our team was able to bond so quickly had a lot to do with them and the people they are. And I tease them a little bit. They may not have started here, but they eventually landed at the right place. And everything that they've given, I'm so grateful for personally, as much as thankful for what they've given to this team, and that's allowed us to do what we did today.
Record crowd today, 1787, to go along with a record season for attendance. I know season tickets records, majority of these games have top 10 record crowds. And you also had alums, like today McKenna Melville was here, you had Jordan Pingle was here, Dressy Pass was here, Aaron's been calling matches, Jenny Frank was here, and then last week, Delana Sarr got inducted to Hall of Fame. Speak to the support that you've gotten all year from this in the building, from an attendance standpoint, and from your alums.
Oh, I've said it all year. The crowd has been great. I think there's so much excitement for the caliber of teams that we're playing, and in the Big 12. You know, this definitely feels bigger, but we love it. And you know, you have everybody from local fans. You have alumni that didn't play volleyball per se. You have just the community really getting behind us, and our players feel it. They've said it, so it's not just me saying it. They've felt it, and they are so appreciative of it. Then the alumni, and it's even the Jenny Franks or Delanas that didn't play for necessarily me, but are still so proud and appreciative of the program. I've been thankful for that. They've reached out, even when they haven't been able to make it, but the amount of players that have come back, even ones that didn't play necessarily all 4 years here, have just been so gracious to me and what our team is able to still do now, even through a coaching change and what we've done this year. They're very complimentary, and I'm thankful for that, because obviously the expectation still stays.
How big is having that fan support going through with such a grueling part of the schedule like you have this season?
Well, it shows that they're not fair weather fans. They're proud of UCF. They're proud of the product that we put out. They're proud of our student athletes. They are killing it in the classroom every day, and they're great human beings. They sign autographs. You know, they help run our camps. They just endear themselves, and so our fans do such a great job of applauding that and showing up no matter what. And our players, I think, then feel that love. They feel that energy. They feel them trying to will them, you know, after a timeout. And same thing with the band. They're so very aware that this team is, you know, trying to put us, you know, on their back as much as we are for them.
You blast now, you go on the road. The season's not over yet.
Yep.
It's unique because you have senior day, but you still have 2 matches to go. It's on a holiday week with Thanksgiving, and you're going to play Iowa State, who's coming off a big win over Houston Friday night, and Kansas, who just went to Provo and beat BYU, so they're still playing for a lot. What's the approach going to be like this week to get some wins here on the road?
Yeah, road wins aren't easy. I mean, no wins are easy in the Big 12, let's be honest, but it's going to be definitely a grind, but we're playing for something. We are playing for something to the very end. So I think it's not difficult from getting the team motivated and locked in and watching film. They've done such a remarkable job all year of diving in and still maintaining. I think we're around a 3.6, 3.7 GPA. We've done that for over a decade now, I think. And they haven't lowered the bar or given up anything like that. to what they're doing as students, but they're bought in, so I don't have to really motivate them at all, other than they just want to know what's next, and that we're continuing to challenge them and prepare them. So they make us be our best as coaches.
All right, awesome. Best luck on the road, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.